Good morning, friends. It is super, super early, and this is, well, just getting comfy with you all because this is straight out of bed head. I kind of like tried to pat it down a little, but other than that, this is it. So, woke up this morning and it is super, super cold. Like, school's canceled. Leave your cabinet doors open, your water dripping, ice cold, freezing cold. So, with all of that, school was canceled, and so this is not like the typical morning that we would have during the weekday. So I thought, what better time to go ahead and record just a little bit of how the day typically goes. I don't have a big extravagant life. I actually enjoy it that way, but it's mine and I love it, and I thought maybe it may interest some of you all, maybe just to show you that it's okay to not have the big extravagant things. I'm not, I guess there was a time, I'm sure, when I was younger, when that stuff really, really drove me, or was my motivate, however you want to word that. And now is just not that time. Now I'm more like, I don't really like settle, but I'm content with enough. I like things to be nice, don't get me wrong. But I don't have to have the best of the best. I'm just not that person. And that's fine if you are. That's awesome. There was a time when I attempted to live above my means and still paying that off. If you know, you know. And I've just learned a whole lot in the past probably 10 years, I guess. And sometimes it takes a lot longer to lose those bad habits. And by bad habits, I would buy things that I couldn't really afford, that kind of stuff. And it's just, I'm not there anymore. So anyway, with all of that, my life is just plain, simple. I really, really like it that way. And I enjoy uneventful. Like, I love going back to work on a Monday and somebody being like, hey, how was your weekend? I'd be like, it was awesome. It was calm, relaxing, uneventful. I don't like, that doesn't include like, running for sports things or kid stuff, that kind of thing. But like, I enjoy just going with the flow, I guess. I don't know that I've ever used that expression, but anyway, it's actually supposed to snow this coming weekend, and as much as I don't enjoy the cold, I'm kind of looking forward to just playing in the snow and making snow cream. Don't know if y'all know what that is. It's a lot of people say that, and I'm sure that's fact, with the pollutants and all of that, that you probably shouldn't eat it, but I'm sure we've ate worse. So if we do get to do that, the main thing, we try to get just clean snow that's thick enough to where, deep enough, thick enough, whatever, to where you don't get like grass and dirt and that kind of stuff in it. And then you just put a little milk, put a little sugar, and that's it. So it's just something fun. I did it when I was a kid, and I've always looked back on that as just a happy winter memory because I don't really enjoy the cold stuff. So, and it's weird because Christmas is my favorite. But anyway, I enjoy Christmas minus the cold, and I enjoy snow minus the cold, and I'm not sure that's all possible. But anyway, the snow cream thing, I don't know that there's an actual recipe. We just kind of like mix until it tastes. Did I say, let's see, snow, sugar, vanilla, and milk? I think I missed vanilla. But you could probably Google some kind of recipe to give you a starting point, but we typically just add stuff until it's sweet enough or whatever. Anyway, so that this did not mean to go into a huge ramble on snow cream. But anyway, my point is now I just enjoy not having a just cram-packed schedule to where I have to do this, I have to do that. Sometimes I would pick up like extra shifts, and that's great. But when it got to the point where I was having to pick up the shifts to pay bills that I had, and some that I had, brought onto myself, it wasn't enjoyable anymore. I don't know if that makes sense, but I actually enjoy my job, and I enjoy just helping people and take care of people. It's just something I've always wanted to do. So whenever I would go to work and that money was, like, air quotes, extra money, it seemed like I enjoyed it more because the money didn't have a place to go to. I could use that for savings and then use it for something that we enjoy doing, or if I wanted to, do a splurge at that point, I could already afford that. So it was just different. So whenever I tried to kind of buckle down on all of that stuff and get a hold of the budget, and my whole mindset just changed to where I'm like, I'll wear clothes until they either outgrow them. Anyway, until they don't fit anymore, or they get stuck, something like that. I'm not a real big shopper person anyway, so most of my clothes will either come from like Walmart when I'm just in there doing grocery shopping, and I'll just swing by and look and be like, oh, I need a couple new t-shirts, or I order a lot of things online that way because I don't know, I'm just not a big shopper. And I enjoy going around at Christmas and looking at, all the ornaments and that kind of stuff and the decorations. And I used to, this is, past self, I used to go crazy on buying things. And then, like I said, in the past few years, I've noticed there's stuff that I have that I'm not even pulling out to decorate with because I just don't need all the cluttery stuff. Which is odd because I enjoy watching like other people decorate, like extreme decorations and that kind of thing. But me, myself, I just don't. And right now we still have our Christmas trees up because I do love Christmas trees. And I'm kind of like I don't know, I guess my whole life's kind of like a catch-22, really. Because it's like, I like this, but oh wait, no I don't. Or I do the, I don't know. It's confusing. But anyway, our trees are still up, so me and the little best friend yesterday kind of straightened up some things, and she was dead set on leaving her tree up, and which is fine because it doesn't bother me. But it has to be kind of organized. I don't know if organized is the word to describe that, but it was kind of like during Christmas, it was okay to kind of be in the center-ish of the room, kind of more attention-grabbing, I guess you could say. And I don't have a very large home, so it's not like anything wouldn't be attention-grabbing. But I told her that it was okay, that we kept it up, but I wanted it kind of moved along the edge of the living room just because it's kind of back in the corner a little, and it kind of opened the space a little more because we're spending a lot of time indoors. So if there's a lot of things like in the floor, like I don't have a coffee table, we used to, but now where the baby's little and they like to, play in the living room and we don't have a lot of space. So to me, I would much rather not have the coffee table and have more space to, play games, or she lays out on the floor all the time on a blanket, and she'll use that to, she'll color on it, play her dolls, different things like that. That stuff is more important to me now versus being aesthetically pleasing. It's a very large word. I don't know that I've ever used it before either. But I'm not, I don't know. It doesn't have to be magazine worthy. And now that's just kind of a snotty term, but I didn't mean it like as snotty as it kind of come out. But everything doesn't have to be in place all the time because we live here. So it's a disaster 99.9% of the time. But I'm actually just content with it being just clean. I'm good with messy. Messy doesn't, messy can be cleaned up and we go right on. But anyway, this whole coffee chat has turned into a huge insight into my life. But back to the original purpose is I have decided to start each day with intention. That's why I am up way earlier than I kind of have to be, because I don't have a schedule today. There is no school. There's nothing really that I have to do besides kind of straighten up the house. I do need to edit a video. So I just wanted to show you all how I'm planning on starting to structure my days that don't start with my work day. Does that make sense? Because my work day typically starts at 7:30. That's what time I have to be there, and that is from 7:30 until 3:15. So that structure Monday through Friday is perfect, but on my days off and when school's canceled and like we have breaks and that kind of thing, it's kind of hard to, and by hard I just mean like myself, because I'm like, well, I really don't have to get up this early, so why should I? Or I could sleep in now because, next week I'm going to have to get up at, 5 o'clock and all that. So I'm trying to look at it different, and you can't really add hours to the day, technically, but if I get up earlier, I'm hoping this whole mind over matter thing, that I'll be more productive. I guess that's my ultimate goal. I don't care to get up early as long as I can see results from me getting up early. I don't want to get up early and the house still be a disaster at 6 o'clock or whatever, because I'll be like, what was the purpose in me even getting up when I could have just slept? Because I do enjoy sleep. I'm a far cry from morning person, so I'm trying to turn all of that around, because I have had this job from 7:30ish to, well, it's during school hours, so I've had this job for several years now, and I absolutely love it. It is I prayed for this job. I have no doubt that God has put me here. So grateful for this job is an understatement. And even though, as much as I love it, I still struggle with the, yay, let's get up and get ready, at 5 o'clock in the morning. So I'm trying to turn that around. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, we're going to start today off with checking the calendar. I typically do that just because I have set things that I know enough in advance to where I can write it on the calendar. I haven't got my new planner yet, which I'm highly irritated over, but I do have this little one. I got this from the Dollar Tree, and these are just paper clips. I know it looks kind of like I'm ready for battle, but that's what I think about as combat boots. But anyway, I will usually just list different things, like I said, that I know significantly in advance. If there's a chance that they may change, sometimes I write it in pencil. They do have erasable pens and stuff like that, but I'm not that fancy apparently. But anyway, I'm also on I have a reading plan that I've been trying to incorporate more just kind of personal reading stuff. So I went ahead and wrote my plan out for the month, and then I wrote over in the notes just as a reminder whenever we flip over to the next month to make sure I go ahead and do that too. So in here I'll put things like if there's a certain chore that needs done in the house, or if I've got a plan for when spring break's coming up at school, I'll put what it is that I want to get done over that, or if we have a trip planned, something like that. I don't I don't normally write this one. Let me see if I can kind of explain what I'm talking about. Okay, you see how this just has this little section for each day? This one came from the Dollar Tree, so a really good deal for, I think everything's $1.25 at all of them now. So this one was $1.25, so no big major complaints, just saying. It just has these little boxes for each day, so not a whole lot of room. I try to squeeze in what I can, and then it goes to the next month. There's not, the weeks aren't broken down like I would prefer. So this is more of one that I will take with me, that I throw in my work bag. That way, if I need to write something down, I can, but it's not in like dissected details of week by week like the larger ones. So this is just kind of my go with me planner. That way, if somebody says, you know, hey, we've got this on this day, or if we have a meeting at work or something like that. Actually, well, I just noticed that all the way into August, not sure if this will happen or not, but was kind of looking at, and you'll see it's the only thing written this far back. It's a bus tour. It's just a weekend trip. Like, it leaves on a Friday and comes back on Sunday. Not 100% sure, but that's the kind of thing that I'll write in there just to remind me as it gets closer. Whenever I start flipping through, I'm like, oh, maybe I want to do that, maybe I don't, whatever. But I've got it written down so I don't forget it. So after I go through this, oh, and I also put like any videos that I intend to record or that need edited or published, I put those on here just because, and then I put more detailed things in the other calendar once I receive it. But whenever I go through here, if there's something that needs done that day, oh, I actually have it here. I'll put, I don't even know where my pen is. Oh, it's over on the table. But I'll go ahead and write that on my to-do list so I can make sure that I don't forget it. I'll do that, and like today, I mentioned earlier, oh, and I also use these. So I'm kind of going back and forth, and these are actually sissies, but these little stickers, sometimes just as a little self-motivator, I guess. Once all the things that I have for that day is complete, I'll put one of these stickers on that day just to show that everything is done. I don't know. This is just one of those little extra things. She had these stickers. I really like them. It's just another thing, kind of like marking everything off your to-do list. Once you have the sticker over all of the all the words that you wrote there, then you know that day's complete. All the tasks are done. You're good to go. So I enjoy the Mickey ones and the stars, but that's what she had. If I go to buy them for myself, I would probably get the same thing. Who am I kidding? But anyway, so I do that. So if you want to use stickers, just use stickers. I mean, whatever it takes to make you smile. I guess, as corny as that sounds, but it's just like, if something as small as putting a sticker over your calendar date block, whatever, is, makes you happy, go for it. Put stickers everywhere. And people, my planner is kind of, it's just written in, but I've seen people that go to way, with the highlighters and that's great. I'm all for, if you need that and it makes you feel good, go for it. The more organization that you can do is awesome. I can stay organized for about, seems like 5 or 10 minutes, and then it just all goes to pieces. So I'm working on all of that because I do mentally just feel, I say a lot. I don't know if I'll ever get rid of that word, but anyway, it makes me just mentally, I feel better knowing that a cabinet's cleaned out, or that all the laundry's caught up, whether it be for a very short amount of time or for a very long amount of time, whichever, in that moment, it's just relief, because I love, like, as of right now, I still have empty cabinets in the kitchen, and that is so silly, I guess, to certain people. Like, my teenage self would just think that was the funniest thing, that would make me happy. But now it's just, there's no clutter in it. And as bad as I didn't want to, whenever I start in the bathroom, so you all make sure to hit that subscribe button and follow along, because we are decluttering and decluttering and decluttering. But I didn't want to buy anything new to bring in, but I'm gonna have to make an exception on, like, storage baskets. Nothing major, just something to kind of separate and sort the stuff under the bathroom cabinet, because it all being just wadded in there together it's not working out for me. So I've got to break that one. I've got to get the storage baskets, and I'm not sure what kind, because I don't want to say waste. Okay, it's not going to be wasting money if it serves a purpose and it helps daily life go smoother. So at the same time, I don't want to buy one that's so cheap, the little baskets. I don't want to buy any that's so cheap that they break and I end up having to replace them, and therefore I end up, out $20 on baskets when I could have just bought a good $5 one or whatever. So I don't want to sacrifice quality. Yeah, that's how I was wanting to word all that. So I want a good sturdy basket. It's going under the sink, so it doesn't have to be anything major. So I got onto that. But anyway, my point is, if there is something that you need, or that when you use it, it will just make you feel better, don't worry about what anybody thinks. I mean, if I open my calendar in front of someone and they see Mickey stickers, that's fine with me. By all means, I'll be like, yeah, that keeps me on track. That makes sure that my days go smooth and that things are done. So I'm good with it. Once you get to that point, I think it will open up a whole new, I don't want to say world, a whole new frame of mind kind of thing. But it's very difficult, especially when it comes to stepping out of your comfort zone. Because I'm sitting in my living room talking to you all. And it's very difficult, because talking doesn't really bother me, but talking more or less to myself for the most part, it's embarrassing to put yourself out there. It's like I constantly worry and wonder, are these people just making fun of me? Am I putting this stuff out and it's just a joke? Do people think that my life isn't a big, I don't live in a mansion, I don't go on $1 million trips, I don't do this kind of thing. So there's a word for that, but I can't think of what it is right off. But it makes me wonder, I guess, kind of, should I even be doing it? Because it's not that interesting. It may not seem interesting to anybody. But then, and I'm not sure if this comes with age or maturity or just a different way of thinking, however you want to say that, something kind of comes in and says, what if they do? What if they do think it's funny? What if they do make fun of you? What if, I guess you could just go on forever on the what ifs, because there's always going to be something that somebody's going to have, to say, that some people are just rude and mean, and that says more about them than it does you. And I know this because I used to be one of those, and I'm sure I'm still am, and I'm working on that too, because there's just no reason to be just mean. Some people are just mean. And even when I say things now and they'll like just hit wrong and something just clicks, and I'm pretty sure I know what it is. I guess some people may call it different things, but something just clicks and it's like, you shouldn't have said that, or that come out wrong, or that may have hit somebody the wrong way. And I didn't mean to get into that whole big thing, but anyway, long story about all of that. Don't worry about what everybody thinks. At the end of the day, this is going to sound horrible when I say it, they're not paying your bills, they're not providing your family a home, food, anything like that, and it just doesn't matter. I mean, what everybody thinks. And it's funny, I started this whole reason for this video was, can I be a morning person? So I think that's actually what I'm going to name it, and then it's just going to go into this whole, hopefully a self-motivating speech that you can just hang on to the words that resonate with you, and hopefully you all stick around for this whole mundane mess that is my life. But with all of that, I'm going to reheat my coffee because it's actually still sitting here. So I've went on for and I've drunk a little bit of it, but very, very little. And I'm going to reheat that. I'm pretty sure I probably nuked the caffeine out of it, but who cares? And start on my to-do list, get video edited, and then probably just do some routine daily pickup stuff. So nothing major. I may add some of that at the end just so you all can kind of see, but I'm doing a lot of this, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know if I need to get something to fidget with while I'm talking, because I do it whether you were sitting here in front of me in my living room or sitting here in front of me in your living room, I promise you I do the same hand thing, and it's just who I am as a person. And Sissy will hold my hand sometimes, and I feel like I'm about to smother because I can't start using my hands. But anyway, I'm gonna work on all that. Maybe. I don't know. I say I'm going to work on that, but it's not looking real good, because I'm pretty sure these little habits and are just who I am. So maybe it is what it is. But I appreciate y'all coming along. And I really, really, really hope you will consider hitting that subscribe button. I'm going to do updates. I'm not sure how often, just to see how this whole becoming a morning person thing is coming along. Typically they probably won't be this long, because I just ramble a lot and I enjoy talking. So if there's anything that you all have used to kind of trick your mind into getting up earlier, because Lord knows I can use all the tips, so please leave those in the comments below. I love to just interact with people. I hope to get more and more comments on my videos, because it is just me, so you can rest assured that I'm the one that's replying to them. So leave anything that has helped you all, that may help me or someone else. That would be awesome. But be sure to hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up if you have enjoyed, and please be sure to stick around for more content, and I'll see y'all right back here next time.